So have you had enough yet? It's okay if you haven't. Go away and come back when you have. There's some useful links in the links section of the website. But if you've really had enough and you want to change your life and really pull yourself together, then I can help you. I've been working with cocaine addicts for the last 7 years and I'm pretty damn good at it. And I've helped getting on for 200 people now. Many of them with worse habits than you've got, to pull their lives back together and to get out of this cocaine madness. Now my approach is a little bit radical. You're not going to find it in any treatment centres and it's not for everyone. But if you're really up for it and you're prepared to try something totally new, then I can help you out of this madness. You see, as well as being an addiction professional, I'm also an ex-addict. And I understand addiction differently. I don't believe it's some incurable disease. I don't believe it's just down to chemical dependency. And I certainly don't think that it's a sign of personal weakness. In fact, most of my clients are very dynamic. They're full on, they're very successful. Top musicians, business people, traders. They're go-getters. These aren't weak people. I think it's time for a new understanding, don't you? Let's stand back for a moment and look at this a bit differently. Why do you take mind-altering substances? Well, I think the answer is fairly obvious, don't you? You take mind-altering substances because you want to alter your state of mind. And why wouldn't you want to do that? That's normal. You see, addiction is about two things. It's partly about moving away from uncomfortable feelings, but it's also about wanting to get high. It's also about wanting to experience the peaks of human consciousness. Now, I don't think this is an illness or disease. I think this is a natural, normal human drive. And if your recovery depends on fighting this drive, you're kind of setting yourself up for a lifelong battle. And that's why people keep relapsing. Perhaps the answer is to find a better way to achieve what you've been trying to do. And that's what my work here is about. You see, addiction's a bit of a trap, really. As addicts, we learn quite early on in our lives that we can change how we feel inside. We can alter our state of mind by taking something or doing something. Drink, drugs, or some kind of behaviour, sex, exercise, gambling. All of these things change how we feel inside. And after a while, we start to rely on them to do that. Boredom, loneliness, a general sense of unhappiness, this becomes how we deal with it. It takes us away from an uncomfortable feeling and replaces it with a high. But after a while, as you're discovering, what starts to happen is the things that we're taking or doing to feel better and to get high start to create the very pain that we're trying to get away from. So it's kind of a double bind, really. We can't live with it, and we can't live without it. I take your drugs away and leave you with those uncomfortable feelings and the prospect of never getting high again. That's a pretty miserable prospect. You see, you're not bad, you're not wrong, You're not even stupid. You've been trying to do the most natural thing in the world. And that's to move away from uncomfortable feelings and to feel really good, to get high. It's not that drive to change what's going on inside you that's the problem. It's how you're going about it. And if you had a better way to do what you've been trying to do, a way that doesn't involve chemicals, a way that doesn't mess you up, then you don't need the drugs. Do you get the idea?